Habit 4. Loyalty and fidelity. In the depths of Japanese castles and remote villages, samurais were bound by an unwavering moral code that valued loyalty and fidelity above all else. These warriors were not only known for their martial skills but also for their unbreakable bonds with their lords and comrades. Loyalty was a supreme virtue for samurais. They swore allegiance to their lords, known as daimyos, in solemn ceremonies. This oath was not just a formal act, it was a lifelong commitment. Samurais were willing to give their lives to protect and serve their lords. Fidelity extended beyond mere duty, it was a profound expression of honor and respect. Samurais believed that the betrayal of loyalty was the gravest of dishonors, a sin that would stain not only the individual but their entire lineage. The shame of betraying a lord's trust was unbearable. This devotion to loyalty and fidelity was reinforced by a strict social structure. Samurais lived in a rigid hierarchy where obedience to superiors was essential. Those in higher positions in the hierarchy were responsible for the protection and guidance of those beneath them. It was a system of interdependent relationships based on mutual trust. Loyalty and fidelity also extended to comrades in arms. Samurais fought side by side in battles, trusting each other with their lives. These bonds of camaraderie were forged in moments of danger and hardship, creating friendships that withstood the test of time. It was a moral code that transcended individualism. Samurais understood that their strength lay in unity and cohesion within their group. They saw themselves as pieces of a larger puzzle, each playing their part to achieve shared objectives. The loyalty and fidelity of samurais were not just empty words, they were commitments that shaped their lives. They were witnesses that, even in a world of battles and uncertainties, these values were the backbone of their existence. They embodied the belief that, in the words of an ancient Japanese proverb, 7 lives are not enough to repay a debt of gratitude. The practice of loyalty and fidelity is not just a moral choice but a decision that can profoundly enrich your life and relationships. Here are compelling reasons why you should consider incorporating these values into your journey. Building strong relationships, loyalty and fidelity form the foundation of strong and lasting relationships. By demonstrating trust and genuine commitment to others, you build bonds that withstand adversity and strengthen your support network. Mutual respect and trust. When you practice loyalty, you gain the respect and trust of those around you. People know they can count on you in difficult times, which strengthens interpersonal bonds and creates an environment of trust. Building reputation and credibility. Those who are loyal and faithful are perceived as people of character and integrity. This builds a solid reputation and credibility, opening doors to personal and professional opportunities. Peace of mind. Loyalty and fidelity bring a sense of peace of mind. You know you are acting in line with your principles and values, reducing the stress and anxiety associated with moral dilemmas. Personal growth. Practicing these values promotes personal growth. It challenges you to be a better person, to develop empathy and understanding for others, and to enhance your communication and conflict resolution skills. Strength in tough times. Loyalty and fidelity are anchors in difficult times. When we face personal or professional challenges, knowing that we can rely on unwavering support from friends, family, or colleagues is invaluable. Contribution to a better society. The practice of these values not only benefits you but also contributes to a more cohesive and ethical society. Loyal and faithful people create an environment where trust and collaboration flourish. Setting an example for others. By being loyal and faithful, you become an inspiring example to others. Your ethical conduct will positively influence those around you, encouraging them to adopt these values as well. Lasting legacy. Loyalty and fidelity are enduring legacies that you can leave for future generations. By practicing them, you leave a positive mark on the world and impart important values to your descendants. The practice of loyalty and fidelity not only enhances your personal life and interpersonal relationships but also contributes to a more ethical and compassionate society. These values are not just moral virtues but also paths to a fuller, more rewarding, and meaningful life. Therefore, consider incorporating loyalty and fidelity into your journey, and you will reap the rewards of deeper relationships, respect, and success in all areas of your life. Habit 5. Living with honor and integrity. The path of truth. The pursuit of honor and integrity is a journey that transcends cultures and epochs, but no group of people embodied these values as deeply as the Japanese samurais. For them, living with honor and integrity was not just a code of conduct but a way of life that shaped every thought and action. Living with honor meant acting rightly and justly even when no one was watching. Samurais understood that true honor was not based on the approval of others but on self-respect and the awareness of doing what was right. It was the ability to face one's own conscience without fear. Integrity was intertwined with honor. Samurais believed that integrity was the foundation of trust and mutual respect. When you act consistently with your values and principles, you become someone others can trust. It was a commitment to being true to oneself and to others. But living with honor and integrity was not just an isolated act, it was a continuous path of self-development. Samurais sought constant improvement, refining their virtues and ethics. They saw each challenge as an opportunity to grow and test their resolve. For samurais, honor and integrity were as essential as their swords. They understood that even in challenging situations, these values were an anchor that kept them steadfast. When faced with moral dilemmas, they chose the path of integrity even if it was more difficult. This constant pursuit of honor and integrity was not just an ideal, it was a life philosophy reflected in every aspect of their lives. It was a reminder that true strength did not come from power or aggression but from the courage to remain faithful to their principles even in the most challenging circumstances. Living with honor and integrity was, ultimately, an inner journey. It was a deep exploration of who you were as a person and a demonstration that true wealth lay in the integrity of character. It was a commitment to living an authentic and meaningful life, one that would leave a legacy of respect and inspiration for others. Therefore, the practice of living with honor and integrity, the path of truth, can be incorporated into our daily routine in various ways. Here are 3 examples of how we can apply these values in our everyday lives. Ethics at work. In the workplace, we can demonstrate honor and integrity by following a strict ethical code. This means being honest in all interactions, keeping commitments and promises, and acting with fairness and respect towards colleagues, subordinates, and superiors. By doing what is right, even when no one is watching, we are living with integrity and contributing to a more ethical and productive work environment. Moral decision-making. In our personal lives, we often face moral dilemmas. Living with honor and integrity involves making decisions that align with our values and principles, even when they are difficult. For example, refusing to engage in unethical behaviors like gossiping or deceiving demonstrates our commitment to integrity. By making moral choices, we build a solid character and cultivate relationships based on trust. Social responsibility, honor, and integrity also extend to our role in society. We can practice these values by being responsible and active citizens. This includes respecting laws and regulations, contributing to the community through volunteering or altruistic actions, and taking steps to protect the environment. By acting with social responsibility, we are living with honor, contributing to the common good, and setting positive examples for others. These examples demonstrate that living with honor and integrity, the path of truth, is not just an abstract philosophy but something we can apply in practical, everyday situations. By incorporating these values into our daily lives, we contribute to a more ethical, just, and compassionate world. Habit 6. Respect for the sword. In the pursuit of understanding the samurai code, we cannot overlook the profound respect these warriors held for their swords. For samurais, the katana was not merely a weapon, it was an extension of their soul, a symbol of honor, and a link to ancestral tradition. The samurai sword, especially the katana, was treated with reverence from its forging. The blacksmiths, master craftsmen, dedicated their lives to crafting these perfect blades, and samurais viewed each sword as a unique work of art. The forging process was a sacred ritual, and the sword was blessed with prayers before being entrusted to its master. Respect for the sword extended beyond its creation to its use. Samurais believed the katana was an instrument of justice and defense, never for gratuitous aggression. It was unsheathed only when honor and necessity demanded. Rigorous training aimed not only to enhance combat skills but also to cultivate discipline and self-control. Caring for the sword was a matter of pride. Samurais kept their blades sharp and polished, often using the sword as a mirror to reflect on their own conduct. Those who broke the samurai code risked dishonor and the loss of their sword, an unthinkable fate for a warrior. The history of samurai swords teaches us about respect, discipline, and honor. They were not just metal objects, they were silent witnesses to the virtues of samurais. This respect for the sword echoes through the centuries, reminding us of the importance of honoring our traditions and principles in an ever-changing world. In an increasingly hectic and technological society, you may wonder, what is the significance of respect for the sword in today's world? The truth is that, although the era of samurais has passed, the underlying principles of respect for the sword remain relevant in our modern lives. The samurai sword was much more than a weapon. It was a symbol of honor, discipline, and respect. Today, we can apply these values in various ways. Respect for art and tradition. Just as samurais valued the skill of blacksmiths in creating their swords, today we can apply respect for art and tradition in our lives. This means appreciating artistic and traditional skills, preserving our cultural heritage, and supporting local artisans and artists. Discipline and self-control. Samurais were known for their rigorous training and self-control. In modern times, personal discipline and self-control are equally valuable. They help us achieve goals, deal with challenges, and maintain a balanced life. Responsible use of technology. The sword was used responsibly by samurais only in situations of honor and necessity. Similarly, we can apply respect to the responsible use of technology. This means using our electronic devices judiciously, avoiding addictive behaviors, and ensuring that technology serves the greater good. Justice and ethics. Samurais saw the sword as an instrument of justice. In modern times, we can apply respect for the sword by seeking justice and ethics in our actions and decisions. This includes taking moral stands when necessary and advocating for what is right. Preservation of principles. Just as samurais had a code of honor, we can apply respect for the sword by maintaining our personal principles and values. This involves staying true to who we are, even in the face of societal pressures. Respect for the sword is not just reverence for the past. It is a constant reminder that the principles of honor, discipline, and respect have an important place in our modern lives. These values help us be better citizens, friends, family members, and co-workers. They empower us to face the challenges of the 21st century with dignity and integrity, reminding us that respect for the sword is, above all, a respect for ourselves and others. Habit 7. Readiness for death, the eternal dance. In the depths of the night, where silence is deeper than sleep and stars shine like pearls in the dark cloak of the sky, the shadow of death silently dances around us. It is an ancient dance, echoing through the centuries, reminding us of the ephemeral nature of life. Readiness for death is not an invitation to despair, but a celebration of existence. It is the acknowledgement that death is an inevitable part of the human journey, a silent companion that follows us from the moment we are born. It is not an enemy to be feared, but a wise teacher who teaches us to value each breath, each heartbeat. In contemplating death, we find the true urgency of life. Every moment becomes precious, like a dewdrop hanging on the edge of a leaf before falling. Every encounter becomes significant, every word a song. The world around us lights up with a beauty that was previously unnoticed. Readiness for death is not preparation for the end, but for the present moment. It is a call to awaken from the routine's slumber, to free ourselves from the chains of worry and anxiety. It is an invitation to live fully with courage and authenticity. Our deepest fears are rooted in the uncertainty of death. But by embracing readiness for death, we transform fear into acceptance and serenity. We discover that death is not the end, but a portal to the unknown. It is the final act of a great theatrical play, the closing of the curtains before the final applause. In readiness for death, we find the wisdom of sages and the courage of heroes. Death is not our enemy, but a guide leading us on a journey beyond the limits of our understanding. It is the ultimate adventure, the last frontier. It is easy to get lost in the illusion of immortality, thinking that time is on our side. But readiness for death reminds us that we are passengers on this journey, like leaves carried by the wind. Our lives are ephemeral, but our souls are eternal. Readiness for death does not make us somber or sad. On the contrary, it allows us to live with a deeper and more authentic joy. Every laugh becomes sweeter, every tear more precious. We find gratitude for the simple fact of being alive. And so, as we dance the dance of existence, the shadow of death becomes our silent partner. It reminds us that life is fragile and precious, and each moment is a gift. Readiness for death invites us to dance with death, to embrace it as a friend, to accept it as part of the infinite cycle of life. In readiness for death, we find deep inner peace. There are no more struggles against the inevitable, no more resistance. There is only acceptance and serenity. Death ceases to be a taboo and becomes a sacred mystery, a passage to the unknown. Readiness for death teaches us that life is a fleeting journey but also a beautiful one. Every step, every choice, every encounter is part of the tapestry of our existence. And when we finally reach the end of the road, we will be ready to dance with death, to embrace it with gratitude and acceptance, knowing that life and death are inseparable parts of the same eternal dance. As we explore the 7 habits of the samurais, we are taken on a journey of self-discovery and transformation. These habits are not just philosophical principles but guidelines for a more meaningful and fulfilling life. By incorporating them into our journey, we become transformed individuals, shaped by the wisdom of ancient Japanese warriors. Rigorous discipline teaches us to cultivate self-discipline, focus, and resilience. It empowers us to face challenges with determination, fulfill our commitments, and strive for excellence in everything we do. Through it, we become masters of our own lives. Meditation and reflection invite us to explore the depths of our mind and emotions. It provides clarity, self-awareness, and inner peace. Through it, we become more aware of our thoughts and actions, gaining the ability to make wise and compassionate decisions. Respect for the sword reminds us of the importance of living with honor, integrity, and authenticity. It encourages us to value each moment, embrace discipline and ethics in our actions, and accept the inevitability of death as part of the journey of life. Readiness for death teaches us to embrace uncertainty and live fully in the present. It frees us from the fear of death and allows us to live with courage and gratitude. Through it, we find deep inner peace and a deeper connection with life. By incorporating these habits into our lives, we become transformed individuals. We don't just follow a set of rules but live according to a life philosophy that guides us in all our actions and choices. We become more conscious, more compassionate, and wiser. Transformation doesn't happen overnight but is a continuous journey. Each step we take towards the 7 samurai habits brings us closer to the person we want to be. It is a journey of self-discovery, personal growth, and the pursuit of excellence. By adopting the 7 samurai habits, we become not only warriors of our own lives but also transformed human beings capable of facing life's challenges with wisdom, courage, and compassion. Our journey never ends, but it is a constant quest to become the best version of ourselves. Therefore, may each step towards these habits be a celebration of our transformation and a tribute to the wisdom of ancient samurais.